we still had to shoot a thesis film to graduate. No thesis film, you don't graduate. So I gave them traffic cop. It's a buddy cop movie starring myself, Giovanni Lozada, and Sharon Bay. We all went to film school together.
Yeah.
They turned it down because it said the movie's too long. It has to be 5 minutes. It's a thesis. Your movie is 20 minutes. You can't shoot this. I went behind their back and shot it anyway. We're out there. And because I was also working for the film school, I was working in the film equipment camera area. So I had access to all the new equipment and everything. So I would rent out the equipment, go film it, my thesis film on the weekend, didn't know about it. And one day they found out and they said, hey, we've been hearing you shooting a thesis film behind our back, so you might be expelled. I said, can I just show you guys a rough cut?
You two are the worst traffic cops this department has ever produced.
Captain, what did we do?
We're the best traffic cops you guys got.
Yeah.
The department heads want to be observed by the new traffic cop captain.
New traffic cop captain?
I've been fired because of the two of you.
Heads turning left and right, got him crashing. Before I end up in an accident, I'm giving her the green light, green light, green light, green light. I'm giving her the green light, green light, green light, green light.
And they're like, this is the most funniest thing we've ever seen. You can keep filming. So I kept filming it, and the school was about to shut down. So I had to edit the movie every day. I would have to get up and I had to do that every day to get the thesis film done. And then we had a summer break, and when we got back, all the computers that they had, they wiped the stuff off the computers. Thank God I saved all my stuff on my hard drive and everything. But they changed, we were using Final Cut. When we got back, they changed everything to Adobe. So we had to re-edit everything that it was too hectic. And it got to a point, I ran out of, money for transportation, and so I had to get money from family to finish my thesis film so I can graduate. And
So everyone, I am Ajay Tambe, the host and producer of Create Your Year Starting podcast, and today I have with me a guy who was doing a 9-to-5 job, and then he decided, no, I'm not going to do it anymore. And then he took on training of acting. He did it. He failed a lot of times, but then he decided that he was not going to give up on this at this time. And then he decided to go for it all in. He failed, but then he succeeded, and he succeeded really good that he won a lot of awards. And he has won a lot of awards in different fields, not just in one field. For example, not in just acting, but also writing and then in directing. So his journey is really good, and he's still going on with it. And I'm happy to have him on the show. How are you doing, Glenn?
I'm doing good. They're doing construction for my house, so I'm trying to get some stuff done for the house. So they had to get it done. So if you hear little hammers and nails, that's what's going on.
Oh, no, I'm not hearing anything, but what I'm just hearing is your voice is going just a bit down. Is it, are you closer to mic? What's
that? It's good. You hear me better now?
Yeah. You can be comfortable, you can just go back if you want to, if the voice is good for you. Okay, great. Okay, awesome. So, before we talk about, like, you are in this business from last, I guess, 10, 15 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So before we jump on to your expertise and you being an expert in this acting, writing, and drama, and you are practical executioner in this field, before we jump on how you got things done, I read your IMDb profile. That's the first thing. Okay. And there was a trivia, I guess. And there I read that you, as a 10-year-old kid, called all the studios in California. As a 10-year-old, you call all those, and you thought you're going to launch yourself. It's the right time to launch yourself as a child artist. And then you call all those studios and say, hey, my name is Glenn and I blah, 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 blah. You did all those stuff. And then your parents came to know about it after they received a huge telephone bill. I guess it was back in 90s, and they got a huge telephone bill in New York City where your parents were living. And then they actually grounded you.
Yes.
For I don't know how many months, but they grounded you. What the hell was that? What was going on in your mind?
I knew from an early age I wanted to make movies.
Okay.
And I had a script. I think it was like a martial arts, kung fu, action movie I wrote as a kid. And
okay.
I thought this would be the movie that's gonna take me to Hollywood. So, you're 10 years old. You don't know. You don't know.
All you see is Hollywood.
Right.
Yeah.
So they had I don't know if you guys had it in India. They had Blockbuster. It's like a video store.
Yeah, we have it. We used to.
We have back in the 90s, Blockbuster, before Netflix and everything was Blockbuster. So I would get the tapes, the VHS covers, and on the bottom they'll have the
Mhm.
address of the movie studio that made the movie. So I'll write all the address down. I got all the numbers, and I start calling them and say, "Hey, I'm Glenn McBride. I'm an actor, writer, director. I'm 10 years old. But I'm going to be a star one day, and
Wow.
you guys should really buy my script."
God. You actually said that you're actor, writer, director at age of 10.
Yeah,
Oh,
I knew, in my mind, once I got my VHS camera from my uncle, he gave me a camcorder.
yeah,
In my
I'm coming on. I'm coming on that. But
Okay.
just here's the quick thing. What was the response? What was the response from their side? They were just hung up on you, or they used to entertain you?
Say again?
So what was the response from their side? They used to hung up on you, or they used to entertain you? The
You
studios.
know what? Nobody called me back. They sent me straight to voicemail, straight to the machine. So nobody called me back. But we did get a giant phone bill. And
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
yeah. And my parents were very, very angry, and I was grounded. So no television, going to the movies. That was my thing. That was my punishment. No TV, no movies. So
How many months was it? For a month or for like very long time?
I think probably 3 months. So that was like hell for me. 3 months, no
3
movies.
months. Yeah, back in those days, it was a lot of without social media. Back in those
Yeah,
days,
we
it
didn't have
was
cell
like
phones. No.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that was
yeah.
it.
It's big time. It's big time. It's like a year I can see if we
Right.
count 3 months. Yeah, good, great. So now here's the thing. Your parents came to know about it, and then your parents said, "Hey, I guess this guy is really interested in this field." And your uncle, those guys talked, and then they decided to give you a camcorder. Now you got a camcorder as a gift. So you tried and you started making your own movies. So what kind of movies were you making as a 10-year-old? What was going on in your head?
Any crazy, stupid thing that came in my head as a kid. I was really into martial arts. I was very into
Oh,
kung fu. I never took kung fu class in my life, but in my mind, I'm
okay.
thinking it was around the time Power Rangers came out. So, as a kid, so I wrote a TV show called Lightning Squad. And it was like similar to Power Rangers, but it was like it was about 5 kids in New York City that has superhuman powers that fights evil. So I hired my friends. I got my camcorder, and we would shoot outside, and people would sit down and actually watch me direct my friends with my camcorder and enjoy the show. So in my mind, I'm like, oh wow, I got a hit on my hand. They're watching it. You know what I'm saying? They're enjoying it. But I shot everything. I shot, I have the video. I shot my first action movie as a kid. I still have it. So I'll send that to you. You can check it out. It's really short. It's really short. It's like 2 minutes.
Okay, you can send it to me. We can add it on our Instagram and on this show as a video part. So this is going to be on Spotify video, so we can add it here, and we can have it as a evidence you did it action movie at a 10-year-old. So you were getting your friends to act in it, or how were you finding those guys at that period? That was very like adventurous, I can say.
I got my friends. My brother, my little brothers. I'm the oldest. There's 3 of us. So my 2 younger brothers, they were my actors. They were my crew. I didn't have to pay them. I didn't have to feed them. You know what I'm saying? So
just free time.
Yeah, they weren't part of the union. So it was great. I could work them extra hours, and it's just my friends. Everybody knew that I wanted to make movies. That's the only thing I talked about. I want to make movies, and there wasn't a lot of kids around us that wanted to be in film business. So you know what I'm saying? So I said, hey, I got a camcorder. I know how to write a script. You guys want to be in my movie? And that's how I worked as a kid. I didn't think about money. I didn't think about a movie set. It was really, just passion,
Yeah.
passion.
It's all about, just how how you guys play basketball. It just happens. You don't have to think again. You don't have to think twice to play a basketball game.
Right.
It's just normal for you. I guess it's that for you. And you got people of same age working with you in that particular period, I guess, in your movies that you recorded on a camcorder. Or were you someone older, like 25, 30 for you in your movies? Or just same age group, like 10, 12, 13?
Same age group, yeah, just kids, you know what I'm saying? I think maybe my dad, I think the action movie that I was seeing, I think my dad was the cameraman for that one. You know what I'm saying? Because me and my little brother, so we needed somebody to be the cameraman. So my dad was the cameraman for that one. But mostly it was me and my friends. Yeah.
Great. This is really great. I actually used to do that, but I never had a camcorder. So I just used to imagine what you did actually.
Oh, yeah. I think
As an artist, as a makers and all, we all used to do it. But it's great to hear someone who has same interest, Just go ahead and just do it. Got it. It was great to hear. So here's one more thing. Really rushing to your childhood now. Your father and mother used to call you the walking TV guide. Now, how many hours? How many hours you used to watch TV to earn this nickname?
I watch an enormous amount of hours of television. And now this is
Like a
before.
number?
This is I'll probably. I had to watch TV, so it had to be anything.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was. I just had to watch TV. You know, so I was so interested in what was on television. So I would watch Entertainment Tonight. I would watch Access Hollywood. I would watch anything about making movies. I watch TV shows, commercials.
Okay.
I just wanted. I think as a kid, because I had a dream about making movies. There was nothing around me that was tangible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wasn't in Hollywood. I wasn't. There was no movie studios. So it was Blockbuster Video, going to the video store, going to the movie theater, and watching television. And I
That's
just
it.
watched a moment. So I knew I would read the TV guide, study it, and I would know every channel. I would know what show will come on at what time. He said, "Hey, Glenn, what time Family Matters comes on?" Oh, Friday, 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I was that kid.
So it's you had a good memory as a kid. Like you can
I
remember
had
things.
the stuff I like to do. Anything else, when
Oh
it came to
yeah.
schoolwork, I had no memory. I'll forget my homework, forget my science
Oh,
project. But when it came to movies, I knew
movies.
everything about movies.
Tiger. This part is really good of you. You're very curious about movies stuff and how the films are done, and that curiosity led to you to theater, to watch TV for I guess 10, 11 hours, and then to go to the blockbuster like video DVD store. And
Right.
then that curiosity let you do all those things, and then that's what I guess was the nurturing phase for you. Just weaving all those movie and all those things in your blood, and now it's all coming out from you.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, great. Now here's the thing. So I guess in school you were the same kid, all about movies and all. Nothing really, nothing that. Were you studious or like just an average kid?
How was as an average kid?
I mean, like in studies, how were you?
Oh.
Like studious, excellent or average?
Uh,
What was the thing?
I was so distracted. My grades were horrible. So I would daydream. If I wasn't watching television, I would daydream about watching television. So it was just like, I was
Lost.
daydreaming. And I used to draw. So I wanted to be a comic book artist too. So I would draw my
Oh.
comic characters. I would do storyboards in class. You know what I'm saying?
Storyboarding. Great.
Yeah. So,
Awesome.
my grades were horrible.
Okay.
I don't know how I graduated.
So that's the thing. The reason I came up with this question is, till 2012, you were doing a job. So someone like you doing a job is the frustrating thing, because all your childhood and everything was related to films, movies, theaters, and comic books and storyboarding. Someone like you doing a job was like something scary for me. So that's why I thought, like, how good were you, to get a job? So that's the thing. So you did like 2012. Now we're jumping to 2012, where you actually thought, no, I'm not going to do this, and you then decided to do acting. You didn't decided to actually take this as a profession, and I want to learn this. Till then, everything was a self-learning part, I guess, for you, right?
Yeah. Right.
You how was the college phase? Were you like doing dramas and all? How that thing shaped? Was there anything related to acting and filmmaking direction in your college days? What was the thing?
So what happened was I was working as a paraprofessional in the education field. I was helping kids with special needs. So that's what I was doing. And I was doing stage plays on the side for my parents' church.
Awesome.
And it got to the point where the stage play thing wasn't really fulfilling for me. I wanted to know what it was like to be on a real movie set and really, be a real director, a real actor, and not just talking about it. So I was doing the stage plays, and I was going on tour with the stage play, and I was starring in it, acting and directing stage play with
Okay.
and the main cast member, Sister Leslie, she played my mother in the play, and the play did really well, and people loved the play. And she said, "Glenn, thank you for giving me this role. I always wanted to be an actress, but I never had the confidence to do it because I was scared." And she was 50 years old. She said, "Don't do what I did. Go after your dream." And a week later, she passes away. So that kind of shook me to the point was like, I can't live my life knowing
Like this.
that I never went after my dream. So I quit my job as a paraprofessional. I applied for the Art Institute of New York City, which is a film program, a 2-year
Mhm.
film program. I got in, and that was the day that my life changed. I started to go to film school, and I actually found out I was actually good at it. I started working on real movie sets. I started
Yeah.
working with real actors and cast, and everybody that you see in all my movies, Store Buddies, Supply and Demand, everything I'm doing, Traffic
Yeah.
Cops, is
Yeah.
everybody I went to film school with in 2012. And to this day, we're still friends making movies.
Wow. This part is real good. This part is really, you are still working with the people who you have as a batchmates. And that's really good energy to have on sets. You have good connections. So there's no, getting to know new people. As a director, it's really hectic sometimes to get new people on board. You
Right.
know your people. You know what their range is and what kind of thing and damage and destruction they can do once they get their favorite part. So you know what everyone can do. So, and you still have them as your friends, so you know who to pick when you have certain projects when you're coming up with. So this is really great. And the one more thing is like that actual realization of death. And then if you don't take chances, one day you're going to regret it, and
Right.
then there may be chance that you never get to live this life again.
Exactly.
And you got to take chances. You got to take that jump. And
Yeah.
then you can just you have to see what happens. You just have to jump, and then you have to see, because otherwise you'll keep on regretting.
Yeah. And you can't be thinking about, oh, I don't have the money. Who do I know?
Yeah.
If I didn't make that jump in 2012, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you talking about filmmaking. I would still be
Yeah.
in my 9 to 5 job wondering, if I could have made a movie or not. You know what I'm saying? So you never know who you're going to meet when you make that jump. Everybody from Giovanni
That's true.
Lozada, Sharon Bay, Brian Staten, Vaughn, Kyle,
Mhm.
Kyle Grant, who's if you see the poster behind me, the black guy.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
met him in high school. He was the first person I told in high school that I wanted to
Okay.
be a director. And we met each other at an acting audition in high school. He goes, well, my dream is to be an actor. I said, well,
Wow.
hope one day, we get to work with each other. Years later, we run to each other, say, hey, man, you saw acting? He goes, yeah. I said, you're directing? I said, yeah, I'm going to film school. And we've been working with each other ever since 2012 when we ran to each other again. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know who you're
Yeah.
going to meet to make that jump.
Yep. So true. So true. This is good. You're jumping back to someone you told for the first time you want to
Yeah.
be a director, and that guy is now working with you. You both are on a good level.
We did
Something
5 movies
really
together. We got a movie coming out on Peacock that we're in. We got Soap
okay.
Buddies,
Wow.
we got Supply and Demand, and
Mhm.
again, it's really good to look back to say,
Yeah.
hey, man, well, we was those 2 quiet kids in high school. Look all the stuff we've done.
Yeah.
We did
Memories.
a stage play, and it was sold out 10 nights. You know what I'm saying? And we're going, wow, like when we was at the acting audition in high school, we was wondering, are we making the right choice to even pursue this dream? Now we in our 40s, and we were like, we made the right choice.
That
So
was right. Yeah. That's great. And I really and I'm really enjoying hearing these stories, because now there is a hope.
yeah,
They're actually seeing this success, and actually seeing like just things fall in a right place once you take the jump. You just have to have patience, and then things. This actually puts everyone in a better place. Like there is hope if you just take the step, and just believe in yourself and have patience, and
yeah.
then things will really fall into.
And it's
Okay,
not going to
cool.
happen when you want it to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to keep being consistent. You got to keep pushing. And I know I had my failures. I had multi-million-dollar
Yeah.
deals on the table that I
Yeah.
thought was going to change my life, and it fell through, and I had to go back to square one and start over again. But
Mhm.
every failure has always changed my perspective on how to pursue the next project, the next venture. So I always learn
Yeah.
something. You know what I'm saying? So
Learning
I'm grateful
what
for the
didn't work.
failures, and I'm grateful for the wins.
Great. Awesome. So now we are now in your 2012 phase, where you just took admission. You were in that particular training period and filmmaking period where you're learning with your batchmates. You received the I Am a Success Award for your buddy cop thesis film, Traffic Cops, at the Art Institute of New York City.
Right.
Now, can you share what you learned from that whole filmmaking process in that particular period?
Oh boy, I got a story for you.
Great.
So when I got accepted to Art Institute of New York City, everything was fine in the beginning.
Okay.
What
Mhm.
happened was it was a major budget cut in the school, but they were going to
Okay.
shut down the film program, and we were going to be the last graduating film program in the Art Institute of New York City.
No kidding.
So a bunch of teachers left. They were started to cut down on the film equipment.
Okay.
So we started to shoot a thesis film to graduate. No thesis film, you don't graduate. So I gave them Traffic Cop. It's a buddy cop movie starring myself, Giovanni Lozada, and Sharon Bay. We all went to film school together. They turned it down because it said the movie's too long. It has to be 5 minutes. It's a thesis. Your movie is 20 minutes. You can't shoot this. I went behind their back and shot it anyway without their approval. And because I was also working for the film school, I was working in the film equipment camera area. So I had access to all the new equipment and everything. So I would rent out the equipment, go film it on thesis film in the weekend. They didn't know about it. And one day they found out and they said, hey, we've been hearing you shooting a thesis film behind our back. We did not approve the thesis film. So you might be expelled. I said, can I just show you guys a rough cut? And I showed them a rough cut. And they're like, this is the most funniest thing we ever seen. You think so I kept filming it, and the school was about to shut down. So I had to edit the movie every day. I would have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, get to the school by 7, and I would stay in the editing lab till they kicked me out. I had to do that every day to get the thesis film done. And then we had a summer break, and when we got back, all of the computers that they had, they wiped the stuff off the computers. Thank God I saved all my stuff on my hard drive and everything. But they changed. We would use some Final Cut. When we got back, they changed everything to Adobe. So we had to re-edit everything that we would. So it was
too hectic. Edit is too hectic.
It was too hectic, and it got to a point. I ran out of money. Ran out of money for transportation. And so I had to get money from family to finish my thesis film so I can graduate. And, we had to do ADR. And we had a sound studio in the school. Well, in the new building that they moved us to, there was no sound studio. So I said, well, how am I supposed to do ADR and record, our voiceovers? They pointed to a closet. It was a closet. And we opened it. It was a little microphone with a vent blasting on the microphone. And said, that's your recording studio. I'm going, are you kidding me? Like, how are we going to get this done? So I had to go to one of my friend's house. He was a rapper, and he had the studio in his basement. I said, look, I got to do ADR. We got to do some voiceovers. Can we go to your studio and do it there? He said, sure. So I had to drive my car all the way to the city, pick the cabs, drive all the way to Long Island, which was like a 2-hour drive, just to do a voiceovers and ADR so I can complete my thesis film and meet the deadline. So the moral of the story is, no matter what they tell you, get your movie done.
Get your movie done. God damn. This is the next level hard work that you did. This is adventure. It's not just a thesis film. It's like an adventure of a guy who want to make film, want to be a filmmaker, want to be a director, and life is just punching him left, right, and center. It was like everyone was against you. Every situation was against you, and you still had the thing that, no, I'm going to do it no matter what. So you're not even looking at those punches. You're not even looking at who is doing what to you. You're just focusing on, I just want to make that film.
I didn't have time. I didn't have time.
The focus, the attention. You never shifted your attention to what other people. Okay, so if they are deleting my stuff, I'll redo it again. Okay, they're shifting to Adobe, I'll read it again. Okay, if there's no studio, I'll get another studio. You got a friend, you got a rapper who did this for you, and you managed time and you did that. You are going to be someone who will do a lot of bigger projects. And I guess same situations will be there for you, but you're not going to give up at any cost and any time. This shows like what kind of projects you can deliver and what situations can happen to you, but it will never affect you, no matter what. So you will find a way, no matter what. Even if it is a small hole, you can find your way through that. And this kind of determination and the character that you have inside yourself as a director is like inspirational. People need to hear these stories. Any director who is looking for, hey, this doesn't work out, okay, I don't have money, this is completely what you should focus on, what your attention should be on, rather than what's happening. So you'll always figure out a way, because this thing keeps on happening. It's not just it happened to your thesis film, it may happen to your other projects, but then you learn it. I told you it happens. But now you learn how to fight. With that thesis film, that was the biggest fight. And now once you learn how to fight, you come, no, I got this. Now this is nothing for me. This is just part of the business, and it's not going to even touch me. That's the thing.
Right.
You just move it like a dust. Just trickle it,
Right.
and it's away. Great learning, great learning. It just sums it up for how you came here from as a kid to now doing these. This is next level thing. Thank you for sharing that story. Really, this is really inspirational. Now we focus on you winning award in 2019. Now you graduated, you did films, and now you actually won an award for best acting in 2019 for the Long Island 72-hour film festival for your role in the comedy Millennial Cop. So Millennial Cop. So how did you as an actor, now you winning an award, that this is a really different journey from starting from somewhere, finishing a project, coming up, executing, exercising, this became your daily habit. So how do you use to prepare for a film or for a role, for an audition, in your starting journey? What was that?
When it came to that movie, I tell people all the time, the best thing is always networking. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
A lot of my roles, I didn't even have to audition for. It's me working on set and working with people and having great energy and say, hey, Glenn, I know you're an actor. I have a role in mind for you that I'm writing for you. I'm going to give you a call in a couple weeks and I'll let you know. So the director for that movie was like, hey, we got this contest we're going to do. I have you in mind to play a detective. It's a comedy. I seen your work. You don't have to audition. Just be ready to be on set. So it's a contest. So what happened with the 72-hour contest, I don't get the script until the day I get on set. And we have to shoot the movie in 72 hours. So, when I got on set, I just had to read the lines. We had maybe one rehearsal, and then we had to say action and go. But me acting in other projects, even my own, and preparing, when it came down to this one, where I just had to kind of learn the script that day, I was prepared because all the other projects I've done, from the stage plays, from just everything, all those years of just acting and stuff like that, when it came to that moment, I know how to improvise. I know how to read the script real quick and break down the script, and what you know is who you know in this business. And because, I tell people all the time, when you're a pleasure to work with on set, people want to work with you for the next project they have in mind. Nobody wants to work with somebody for 8 hours. That's going to be a terror. Nobody wants to. I'm saying? Movie making is tough enough. And it's even tougher when you have to work with somebody you don't want to work with. That's not, somebody that's pleasant to work with on set. So, I worked with them in another project. So that's what they had me in mind for that movie. So when I got on set and he gave me the script, I had to break it down and I had to learn my lines in 5 minutes. Because we have to shoot this movie like in 72 hours. They have to shoot it that
5
day.
minutes.
Yeah, because I think I had maybe 5 pages, 10 pages. No,
Okay.
it's like 5 minutes long, the script.
Okay. Okay.
So I had to learn my line. We did one rehearsal. I'm like, all right, we got to go. We got to start shooting because they have to meet this deadline to edit the movie and submit it to this contest. So we get that done. And I think nothing of it. So they're like, hey, Glenn, you going to come to the screening for the contest? Our movie got selected. I was like, okay, I'll come through. And I didn't read the emails that the contest sent me. I didn't get a chance.
Okay.
So when I get there, they're like, hey, congratulations. I'm like, congratulations. What? They're like, you're nominated. So we talk about it. So they go to the screen, and I think we're nominated for 2 awards: Best Comedy and Best Acting by Glenn McBride. I'm like, what? I was shocked.
Oh shit.
So, we get there, we're sitting there, and they come now to they're doing the different categories for the awards. And now it comes to Best Acting. And I'm like, I'm not going with this. You know what I'm saying? So I saw the other projects of these guys were good. And they said Best Actor, Glenn McBride Jr. And it took me a minute. I heard it, but it didn't register. But I heard my name, and then they kicked in, and then that is actually the first award I won for the acting. And I was like, wow. So,
God. This is great. Great to hear. I mean, this is full of surprises, right?
Yeah,
like you just focus. Yeah. You just focused on what you want to do. Like you just focus on, hey, just do it. It's just a part of life now. Just getting a project. Okay, someone is calling me. I'm just interested in doing that job.
Right.
And so you got 2 nominations and you won Best Actor. So you just played it all cool, or were you like, oh my God, what happened?
Inside, I was jumping around, and outside, I was cool.
You just played cool.
I had a nice speech. I set up a video. I'll send it to you. I wasn't even dressed up because I didn't think I was gonna win. So I'm wearing like something like this, like all black hoodie and stuff like that. I'm just chilling.
Okay.
When they say my name, I was like, oh, I should have gotten dressed up. I shouldn't have got dressed up, but yeah, I didn't think I was gonna win. I didn't think I was gonna be nominated. So I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't check the email. I didn't even think about it. I was like, nah. So no one's even going to go because I had something else to do. And I went at the last minute. I said, okay, I'm going to go. And I just made it. And they're like, yeah, congratulations, you're nominated. So I was like, what? I was like, wow. So, no,
Yes.
thank God I went. Thank God I went.
This is cool. This is cool. You got really good stories, you got great experience, and you're going to have good amount of stories in coming years. You just keep on sharing something to me, and I just keep posting if you have anything. Okay, great. Now, here's the thing. I'm excited about how you developed yourself to creating a film, then to acting. The shifts are very different. You have to jump, not just normal shift. You're winning something. It's just not you're doing a side job as an actor and then performing all things in filmmaking and direction. You're winning in acting also, and you're winning in direction also. You're winning in making also. So in 2020, your comedy web series Supply and Demand, that film got a good amount of recognition. Like, I cannot take the name of the awards. It's that big of list. It's like too many lists. Like if it's not one award, two, or you got 7 to 8 awards, I guess, for that particular web series, Supply and Demand. It's a comedy web series. Comedy is very hard to create and generate, and then to win a lot of awards from LA, from New York, from other cities, in the film festivals. So how did you develop this web series? What was going on in your head?
Yeah, I started writing the web series when I was in film school 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yes, I had this idea. I just want to do something funny. I love the comedies by Seth Rogen, Pineapple Express, Cheech and Chong, How High. So I want to do like this funny stoner comedy. So I started writing it, and it was supposed to be a feature film, and we just didn't have the money to do it. So I was like, hey, let's
feature
do a web series. So I chopped it up to a web series.
Was there a concept of web series back then, or like you just?
I think it was fresh. It was
very fresh. It was very fresh.
Starting, and it took us maybe 4 years to film everything. But we shot 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was doing different projects, and everybody's schedule was crazy. So we're trying to, we had to go back, and then we have to check the continuity. Somebody's hair has looked the same from last year. We shot, you know what I'm saying? We shot a lot of things.
4 years.
So if you watch Supply and Demand, I have hair. That's how long ago we shot. That's how long ago we shot it. So, but we put it together. It starring myself, Kyle Grant, who I met in high school that I told you about. Keith Linzo, who I also met in high school as well. He also would do comedy, and I ran into him years later when I was going to film school. And said on the train, I said, "Hey man, what you doing?" He goes, "I'm doing stand-up comedy." So what you doing? I said, "I'm doing movies." I said, "Hey man, I got a movie called Traffic Cops. Wanna be my movie?" All right, cool. That was it. And we've been making movies ever since. And then Supply and Demand is like the movie starring him and Kyle. And it's been doing really well. And we just finished shooting some extra scenes for season 2. So Supply and Demand, the first season, I took all the episodes and put them to a short film to send season 1. So season 1 been winning a bunch of awards. So season 2, once season 1 is done and I'm done with the film festival, I'm gonna drop season 1 and season 2, each episode online, and then people can watch it and stuff like that. But I'm proud of it. We want to do season 3, but everybody looks different. You know what I'm saying? We're older now. So like, how do we do? So like, we're gonna make it into a comic book. Season 3 will be a comic book. So
it's going to be a comic book. You can come up with a really fresh plot after 4 years, 5 years. That.
That's true. Yeah.
You can cover like what happened after 4 years, 5 years, and
old
then you can.
Man. That's what
yeah. Just like 4 years later, what happened, and then you can be regular cut. You don't have to add hairs, and you can just be normal.
Right.
That's one plot idea I can share it with you. Well, great. It was great. I'm going to tag some links and where people can find your work down below in the description, so they can go and check out your work on IMDb and whatever platforms your upcoming work is coming. And yeah, that's it. Now here's the thing. What's the best piece of acting career advice you received in your career, and how has it influenced your personal and professional decisions? Any advice you remember till date, or you got from somebody?
I think the best advice I got was from my family, my parents. They said, don't be motivated by money and fame. Just enjoy the journey of doing what you love. And I say that to everybody because I had a project that I was selected to do. All the red flags were there that this was going to be a terrible production from the very start, but the money was good, and I needed the money, so I did it anyway. The amount of money that I lost dealing with that project and the money that I gained from it I got paid, and that money went right out my hand because the drama and stuff like that, from lawsuits and just people doing things, and I had to get a lawyer to defend myself. And even though I won, all the money that I got paid to do this project, I had to go to the lawyer because I had to defend myself. And
Oh,
it was something that was so. I knew from the jump that this was a bad project. I knew that from the jump that the people that I was going to work with were no good, but they had the money and they had the connections. And I just,
okay.
I wanted to be on that next level. And I just went through hell. And I said, you know what? I'm never going to be motivated by money or fame.
Again,
Never. I'm going to be motivated by passion. So everything you see me do, supply and demand, store buddies, everything that's coming out, it's by
other
passion.
projects also.
It's by passion. And,
Yeah.
the money will come. The money will come. The
Yeah.
money will be slow. You know what I'm saying? And especially when you're independent director, indie director. I still work a regular job. I say, no,
Yeah.
I work 9 to 5, and then I shoot my movies on the weekend, stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then save some more money, come back and shoot the rest of the weekend. But you know what? I'm not frustrated. I'm not,
Happy.
right. I'm not going
Yeah.
through what I went through
Yeah.
a couple years ago with that. And I said, I'll never do that again. And the thing about it, that project that I was part of never saw the light of day. It never finished it. They never kept their promise on the contracts with the actors and myself. You know what I'm saying? So it was,
Horrible.
I wish it was all for nothing. I learned a valuable lesson. And the valuable lesson is
A
don't
big
be
lesson. A
motivated
big lesson.
Yeah, don't be motivated by money and fame. Don't worry about being famous and why you're not going viral on social media. Just do your thing. Do it with love. Do it with passion. You will meet the people you're supposed to meet, and doors will open for you in due time. Just stay focused and enjoy the journey. Enjoy being a filmmaker and creator, and things will happen for you. So that's my advice.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. I guess that's really powerful advice. How old were you at that period?
that
Like,
Oh, this wasn't long ago.
oh,
This wasn't long. This is.
Like-
I'll tell you this. At that time, I still had
Like-
hair. By the time
Okay.
that's up, I lost my hair. So
Okay. Oh, that lawsuit actually got your hair. That lawsuit got all of your hair.
yeah,
I guess.
it was just I never been through anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah,
somebody
that was the first. But
Yeah.
a year, can you share the year? Like,
The year was in 2023,
23
2021.
Okay, 2 years back. Okay. Okay, great. This part that you shared is really clears the fact that if even what year of journey you are, but 2021, I guess, 2 years back, but it really taught you a bigger lesson of what being happy means, like what having a happy life means. Like you are
Right.
working, you're having a 9 to 5 job at this moment, but you shoot your film on Saturdays and Sundays and you enjoy it. Like you don't, hey, what the hell, man? You don't do that. You enjoy because you know now the importance of money, but it will come, and how are you going to manage your funds and finances, and how you are going to enjoy your dream of making films.
Right.
So you enjoy every single part. So you don't think of doing a job as a job, but doing a job as to maintain your finances, pay your bills on time, and you then save your time, and you then get the money and the time to build your dream, to
Yes.
make your films. So that really clears up the motivation of going to job. You don't wake up to go to a job and do the job for the sake of just doing it. You actually maintain your financials by doing the job, so you can have money for making a film, and you can make it properly. And when you go to sleep, that time you're a happiest person. Like
Yeah.
there's no one knocking on your door, hey, get up, and there's someone calling you, doing the lawsuits and trust that kind of projects. It's that like early fame or early you think like, hey, this can get to me something bigger project. That actually is a trap. That's the
Yeah.
biggest trap that you see, that you can't see at this moment. But this lesson that you learn, okay, now this kind of thing may happen to you in future. You will be very clear. Okay, no, that's not good, and this is good.
Yeah.
And you will figure out the people how you that a calculation that you got now, that's really going to help you out. And also me, and also a lot of people who are going to listen to this really clears the thought of what you should look and where you stand at this moment, and what can you get from your life. And then step by step everything falls in places. But this really just clears the whole thing out.
Yeah,
Thank you
sure.
for sharing that. And now here's the thing. You do a lot of work on regular basis. I guess your life is really scheduled on hourly basis now. So acting, writing, filmmaking, direction, writing scripts, comedy, doing your job. and then getting a job, getting time to recording films, and you have a family now. So how you figure out the time? What's the work-life balance for you as a filmmaker?
I had to learn to really schedule my week out, write things down, and because I'm really motivated. Oh, let's get it done now. No.
Yeah.
Take your time. Uh, I have
No rush.
don't rush it.
Yeah.
I've done it in the past, rush stuff, and had to go back and reshoot stuff because I rushed it,
Yeah.
didn't plan it.
Yeah.
So I take my time, and I think the thing is, I'm on my time clock. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not working for anybody. I'm not making a movie for anybody, but we have to meet
Yeah.
this deadline. I work with a bunch of guys that I'm good friends with. We all work in a 9 to 5 and making movies on the weekend with others. So we all understand that we just take our time with it. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Kelly, Brandon Brass, Kyle Grant,
Your guys.
all my guys, you know what I'm saying? We just, Sal, we just take our time. We just had a writer's meeting last week for a feature film. We want to plan to shoot it, but we're like, no, let's take our time. Let's finish Stall Buddies. Let's finish Pull Out, a Christmas comedy. Let's finish a Hitman action movie half as
One project at a time.
Yeah, right. Get one thing at a time. When it's done, edited, the movie mixed, mastered, we're good. Let's go to the next one. That's the way you have to do it. Don't rush. You don't have to prove to anybody that you're making movies and you're working. You don't have to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Just take your time. Schedule everything out. And also give you the chance to rest. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn that too. You need rest. Take care of your health. I wasn't doing that. And my body just burned out. And, you don't have to do it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to take care of yourself, exercise, eat, rest. And then your whole life doesn't have to be about film. Go out and do something totally different. Go for a nature walk. Go to a museum. Go to something totally different that has nothing to do. Because you need to turn that off. You know what I'm saying? So you can recharge and come back better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just have this generation that, you just have to keep doing stuff. Keep doing it. Yeah, but you're going to burn yourself out. You know what I'm saying? You're going to burn yourself out. And it's not worth it. It's not worth your health. It's not worth your time. You have family members that love you. And you want to live to see your work.
Live the life.
You want to live to see your work. You know what I'm saying? You want to live to see your work. So that's what I have to learn. To schedule
you
my
learned
time.
with the process. Learn this with process.
Take your vitamins.
Yeah.
And
It did.
Do not quit your 9 to 5. Do not quit your 9 to 5 job. Do not quit. No, I'm gonna be a struggling artist. No, because when it's time to get your teeth fixed, you need health insurance. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to go to the doctor, you need health insurance. I'm serious. When it's time to put gas in your car, you need money to put gas in your car. You know what I'm saying? And everything in this world right now is, we don't know what's gonna happen. We was hit with COVID, you know what I'm saying? And then we have this actor strike where I have a lot of friends who can't work. You know what I'm saying? Now they have to get a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? That was their bread and butter. So everything's up in the air. You really don't know what's gonna happen. So I don't
that's true.
9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Save your money. And just life is not all about making movies. It's a passion. I love it, but I had to learn there's more to life than making movies.
More to life.
When you live your life like that, when you do your passion, it'll be more rich. It'll be more, it'll be more fulfilling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Good.
that's what I learned. So
Awesome. And this thing that you told me, the work schedule, now you came to know like there's more to life and you have to schedule things one project at a time. You don't have to rush it. You don't have to pro anything to anyone.
Right.
And just believe in your process, have a process, because then you can come up with more productivity and more skilled and more betterment with every project. If you just do one project at a time and then you see what didn't work, what worked, and then you come up with something newness in the next project. That's how you. So this process to everyone who's new in this business can only rush up. Hey, this, blah 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 blah, a lot of stuff. So that's what I did. That's what you did in the starting phase, where you burned out. You was just burning out. I just do more projects.
Right.
But then you came to know at a point where this is the process that you learn only by doing it. It's just not one who is going to start in, hey, no, now Glenn said me, I'm going to. It doesn't get into your head until you fall into that place. It just you also learned it with time, like what processes, what scheduling means, what actually having a job of 9 to 5. For someone who is new, can't even understand doing a job. Like they know I'm completely going to struggle and I'm going to do it. And once they fall into places, things fall into places. It's like 1% who works out. But what about that rest 99%? It's just 1% of people who thought like they are just going to struggle and things work out for them. But there's 99% who just fail to even survive. So
Right.
this thing that you told me about surviving in this business and having a schedule, this is the thing that I really admire, because I also do the same now at this
Yes.
moment. One project at a time, one thing
Well,
at a time.
project.
So yeah, because then you get time to do other things. Then you get time to do work on your health, be better in the next project. Because I guess you must have been experiencing that, like, once you take care of your health, you go better in the next project, you go better
Yes.
in the next project. Like, there's more productivity and more brain working in the next project, and you try to better yourself, because now the health is in your hand, and you have a lot of rest time for something that is not about your work. It's going to help you in the projects.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the perfect project, but yeah, the process, but it comes with time, I guess. There's a one thing. It's one thing that there's a burnout involved in your journey. You can't skip the burnout, but
Exactly.
yeah, you will come up with them. You'll At the end of the day, you'll understand what we are saying
Yes.
as a day. Okay. So one thing I really love about you, you are all about comedy. You love comedy. You and comedy are best friends. It's
Right.
like you got inspired by comedy. You got inspired by uh, a lot of famous comedians. It's just not one comedian, but it's a lot of comedians that inspired you. I am not remembering the name at this moment, but one of them is really my famous one, like my favorite. But what's the thing of you with comedy? Like your project, 90% of your projects are comedy. So what's the thing here?
When it comes to comedy, um, the first person that ever inspired me to get into it was Eddie Murphy. I saw Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
Eddie Murphy. I forgot. Eddie Murphy. Yeah,
I
he's
saw
my
Eddie
favorite.
Murphy as a kid, and I was like, wow, I said that guy is the coolest. I saw Beverly Hills Cop on television. I was like, wow, that guy is so cool. And it was actually a Black History comedy marathon on the channel. So they showed Beverly Hills Cop, Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get you sucker with Keith Ivy Wayne and then Hollywood Shuffle with Robert Townsend. And I was like, I want to do a ghost actor doing. So I was always funny as a kid. I was always joking
Okay.
and stuff like that. And I like, and I wanted to be a stand-up comedian at first. I was like, no, I don't know if I want to write jokes every day, but I like movies. I like comedy, and I do that. So I love comedy. And a lot of the stuff that's in my movies is stuff that I've seen or happened to me. And I just kind of tell it in a funny way.
Okay.
Yeah, comedy's, I love comedy. I love other genres, horror and drama and stuff like
But
that.
but comedy is, I guess it comes natural to you. You do. You work on scripts, or you took, because nowadays stand-up comedy is like big profession now. It's kind of profession. There can be a whole stand-up comedian career. For normal people, like people who just want to dream one day to be a stand-up comedian. So now they learn, there's teaching and all. How was your learning period of comedy? It just happened by movies, or you really went into the process of working on the scripts, plotting the set, and what kind of things are there in stand-up comedy? Like, you learn anything, or how that imbibed in you?
As a kid, even now I watch a lot of stand-up comedy specials. I've always listened to stand-up albums, Richard Pryor,
Okay.
Bill Cosby, different comedians. I just love comedy. Ray Moore. So when it came down to writing movies, listening to comedy albums as a kid and watching stand-up specials, I knew about comedy timing. So,
Okay.
I knew, how to write a funny line, a funny situation, and stuff like that. And just watching comedy, but then also, I would, let's say, my favorite comedy was let's say, I don't know, Adam Sandler's Grown Ups or whatever. Well,
Oh, yeah.
I would find the script and I would read it, and I would watch the movie. So I did with all those different comedy movies as a kid. I would find the script of my favorite comedy movie and then read it. So I learned how to
The timing.
write a joke and everything.
Yeah.
So it came down to write my own stuff. I was prepared. I was just, I was just a comedy nerd. You know what I'm saying, A Living Color, Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Just a comedy nerd. So I just watching comedy albums, listening to comedy albums and watching comedy specials constantly as a kid.
Yeah.
I just learned about timing. You know what I'm saying, so it came down to write, comedy movies like Traffic Cops,
Yeah.
Supply and Demand, Full Out,
Yeah.
Skull Buddies,
Mhm.
Black and White. I just knew how to write jokes.
Yeah.
Maybe not in a stand-up comedy form, but in the movie form.
Yeah.
I know
Movie form. Yeah, got it. The stand-up comedy I came up because you are bigger fans. You're a huge fan of all those stand-up comedians, and I guess I thought like you were a fan of the stand-up comedy, but you are actually a fan of comedy movies. So your process is really different. This learning part is really natural, which is like you watch a movie, and then you get the script of that movie, you watch that part, you watch that movie, and then you connect the timings, and the timing is what you learn that the process of that's the teaching, that's the learning phase of actually knowing the comic timing, how to write comedy lines, the punches. And that's what you learn from that particular watching comedy. I guess you still do the same thing. So this is your actually education of, writing and doing the comedy things. You actually watch those like great people doing their jobs, and then you see, hey, how that guy did it. And I just need to know how that did it. And that's your learning process. So then you come up with your own stuff.
Yeah.
And this is how you plan your comedy. Okay, I really thought it might have been different, but this is really new thing. Like, this is really cool thing of which it comes very natural. There's no education involved, but indirectly you learn by, just being curious how this happened and how this line, how that guy said, hey, how Adam Sandler said that line, how the scene happened. That's really curious. That makes you curious about, I just want to make it. I just want to know what is going on, and I'll see what is in that. Okay, great.
Yeah,
Because that's what go on.
And a lot of times I don't like, even supply and demand. It didn't start off with an idea. It started off with like a funny scene. So I'll just write a funny scene,
Okay.
and I'm like, okay, this is funny, and then I'll just keep writing, and then I'm like, oh, I have a movie. You know what I'm saying? I have a plot idea. I have a funny
There was just your outline.
sketch, and then I'll just keep writing. That little sketch turns into like a 30-page script. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times,
Wow.
I don't have a plot in my head. I just have something funny, and I start writing that, and then that will branch out. And I'm like, oh, whoa, I got a movie here. I got a movie here. Okay, I got a movie here. I'm saying,
Wow.
it would be a conversation with me and the guy, and we're just laughing, telling funny stories. Like, I'll give you a great example. Pullout is a romantic comedy about two friends.
Yeah.
I found out our best friend got his wife and Mrs. pregnant at the same time.
So hold on.
Right.
I'm coming on that. I'm coming on your upcoming movie for the Christmas part. So just hold your answer for that. Okay, just don't now. Okay, got it. I was just curious about that particular part. Now, here's the thing. Now I want to know your point of view as you shift on roles of acting, filmmaking, writing, direction. So what's your point of view on acting versus directing?
Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
So you keep on switching your roles, acting, writing, directing, producing, a comedy. So there's a lot of shifting of roles happening. So you are now in front of camera, behind the camera. So what's your point of view on acting versus directing?
One point when it comes to acting, instead of directing or acting in my projects or being in front of the camera, it's a lot different. It's a different muscle. The more vulnerable when you're in front of the camera than behind the camera. You can, it's different. When you're in front of the camera, you gotta get it. You gotta get that tape. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get it in. And if you don't get it, that's on the screen forever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's it.
Oh, got it.
That's it. Directing
That's
is a little different. I like acting more than directing, because when I'm acting and they say I'm done, I can go home. I go straight home. When you're directing, you're the producer. You gotta stay late nights. You know what I'm saying?
Late night. Yeah. There are tons of other people who have to do their job, and you have to, be there and guide them. Yeah. Okay. So from you, it's a different muscle. From your point of view, it's like for you, there can be mess ups behind the cameras that cannot be, like seen by other people, but on camera you have to do that thing. You have to deliver that part. So that's the thing. You have to get things done on camera, and the advantage is, like, once you're done, you can go home.
Yeah. Good. That's a wrap. Oh, I'm going home.
Yeah.
But when I'm directing and producing, and I gotta stay and transfer the footage, look at the footage, and I'm up. And then when I direct and I go home, I'm looking at the footage all night. I'm going through it. So you don't sleep. You don't sleep. But when you're acting, you go home.
Yeah. It's a job done for you as an actor once you deliver the take. But as a director, you have to be there. Then you have to see the edits. Then you have to see how things are done. Then you have to do the late nights of editing that part. And hey, this didn't go well. You have to do this again. And or we have to, there's this other part that, hey, there's no sync in between. What the hell is that? Where's the costume and all?
Right.
So you did a lot of matchups and all. So there's a lot of brainstorming happening inside. And there's a lot of headache and burnouts as a director. But as an actor, it's like, you have to do it. But once it's done, you are done.
When you're the director, you're the producer, you look at the editing, like, you're frustrated, like,
oh,
see the boom mic in the shot? Oh my God, that's a perfect take. I can't use that. You know what I'm saying? When you're an actor, you don't go through that. You just go home.
Oh yeah. Wow. That's really different point of view I heard from you. Good. Now we jump on your upcoming Christmas movie. So as this interview is going to release up late, but once it is released, I am going to release this clip or before the movie, 1 week before the movie. I'll try to come up with this clip. So please go in detail about your this project, which is by name Pull Out. Sounds like a unique concept. Can you give us a sneak peek into the storyline and the creative process behind it? What is the movie, the whole thing, the cast, the people, your reason for doing this movie?
Gotcha. Pull Out's a romantic Christmas movie. Starring myself, Brandon Brass, Eugene Barnes, Angela Robinson. We have a huge cast. Jenna, my guy Frankie. We have a huge cast.
Okay.
And it's a romantic comedy, a Christmas romantic comedy. It's about a guy who finds out that he got his wife and mistress pregnant at the same time, and we find out at a Christmas dinner, get together all and things just go crazy. And it's a funny comedy.
Christmas dinner, 25th.
It's a Christmas comedy, yeah. So we shot it last year. We started writing the script during COVID, so we will have like Zoom meetings like this.
Okay.
And we sort of write the script and stuff like that. And we'll our final draft. You can share the screen and kind of see. So we'll write the script like that. And we started casting. I think everybody that we casted, we wrote the script in mind for them already, so we kind of knew who we wanted. We shot it.
Got it.
Months to shoot, and then we were done. So it's a funny comedy. It's coming out next year. I just have to shoot an extra scene. We're gonna shoot that next month during Christmas. We gotta get some B-roll. You know what I'm saying?
It's coming next year.
Yes, it's gonna come out next year.
Oh, I thought like next month.
No,
that's why I thought. Oh, okay. So I said it in a way like, I'm going to release the clip. But no, it's up. I actually said that before starting this clip, like, okay, this is coming next month, so I'll release it. But it's an upcoming movie. Pull Out is an upcoming movie. Yeah, it's a comedy movie. It's Christmas, pure Christmas movie. Send me when it's going to release. I can have you and other people, to do a promotional part for you, interview you guys. So we can do something creative for your movie and any of your projects. I'll be there to help you out with marketing and in promotional part, doing interviews, and you can, you promote your movies by our show. So that's one thing that can happen. And this really cool concept. So who came up with this concept?
So the concept, Brandon Brass, who's the co-writer and also the main star, he came up with the idea because he was actually in the hospital and he was on COVID, and his time was giving birth to his kid. So he had to keep running back and forth in the hospital to see his kid and stuff like that, and run back and forth. And he's like, it'd be funny if one guy had two women giving birth at the same time. He had to keep running back and forth and stuff like that. How would that look? So he pitched it to us, and we started writing the movie. And we had the script done, and we was going to shoot it, but things got pushed back. But Doug's like, hey, we may have to shoot this in December. Let's change stuff around and make it a Christmas movie. And that's how the idea for the Christmas movie came, to make it a Christmas comedy. So we changed some stuff to make it a more Christmas.
So that running back and forth for his wife, girlfriend, I guess. He just added one more woman into that part. Yeah, that really set down to comedy. I guess this is one really beautiful part of you, and really going to stick with you throughout your lifetime till the time you make movies, is that you really stick with people. You really hold all those batchmates or anyone you meet, you think this is going to be my team member, my co-member, you stick with them. And that's why, and that's going to be the reason, you're going to meet new people. Once you know that he's my guy, this guy is going to do this role for me, this role for me, this role for me, this really solves the thing for you. You just solve the puzzle really fast. This film, that you know who's going to do that part for you. Right. So that really solves, like, you don't have to, rush for like what's going to happen. You can just like this step one is already done. Who's going to do? So you just move to the next part, and that really sort things out, like, who's going to deliver what for your movies. So this is the best part. Directors who really stick with the actors, there's a bunch. There's this form of, part of a director who stick with the actors, just keep on changing the role. Actually, those guys really work things out really faster because they know what they are going to deliver. And just changing the role, shifting their parts and doing that part really works. So this is the best part I really loved about you, that you stick with the core, and now the whole journey of you, how you're going to deliver. I guess you have that 10-year framework in your mind, and then you come up with one project at a time. So that really works for you. Great. Now, here's the thing. Can you reflect on the challenges you faced and the lessons you learned along the way your current success. I came to know about your lawsuits and all, but that part really wrecked you up. That part was really disastrous thing for you. But any other like rejections, failures, how you dealt with them and how you overcome them? What helped you overcome them?
I had a lot of multiple rejections. Even when I graduated from film school, I was supposed to get a job as a production assistant. I was so excited for a big Netflix TV show. And when I got there, the people lied to me, said it's not a PA job, it's a job for dishwasher. So I get there and then, so I worked my way as a dishwasher on that set. And I mean, that was crushing, so crushing. I was so excited to be on a real movie set, and I was washing dishes. So I would see the cast and the crew do what they're doing, and I'm in this room washing dishes, and I would get there at 3:00 in the afternoon, and I wouldn't be till 3 in the morning. That's how many dishes were there and stuff like that in this movie set.
Yeah.
And it was at that moment when I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my own projects. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I was gonna work my way up in the movie field and just do that. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go all independent and just do my own thing.
Yeah.
So I learned even through failures, there's a lesson learned that you will learn. And a lot of these failures that I went through opened my eyes to the thing that I can do that would take me to the next step, in my journey as a filmmaker. So I think it was that. It's always, something like that. Even with I was shooting a movie, and the main actress couldn't make it for the last day of filming. And we're gonna film, the next day. You know what I'm saying? And she couldn't make it. I was like, look, I got actors coming fine, and I can't cancel the shoot. I already got the location. So me, my writing partners had to write a whole new scene that night for filming. And I was like, hey, we're gonna learn the lines now, and we're learning as we go. I got people flying in. I can't cancel this location. And so even with that, you learn. You're like, I learned not to panic. I learned not to panic. Okay, this is going. What can we do?
Yep. There's one part of me that really can connect with you. You fall for that bait of being on Netflix or something related to Netflix. Netflix is not just a name; it's the name now. So it's like everyone's dream. Now Netflix has become what movies was before. So doing a what we can say a Paramount movie or doing something related to like bigger projects, big production house. Netflix is that. So something which adds up in your IMDb or something gets added in it really is a bait. And this is really tricky for people who are not even aware of where they can end up. Like that guy really baited you, and that thing happened. Like you ended up as a dishwasher. But that really, sometimes things happen to, just to give you clarity. Just you become now totally clear. Once you're down, dusted, that's where you become very clear.
Yes.
Done. I mean, it's enough now. I'm done with this. I'm going to be very clear of what's going to happen with me now. Sometimes, these things happen just to make you very clear and just to make you very strong. So, you don't fall for it the next time.
Right.
So that's really a lesson to learn. And the other part that you say, this changes, like, some important people don't show up when things are really important and when things really matter for them. So this impromptu, this also happen in theater plays, sometimes in stage dramas, some guy doesn't show up anytime. This thing is really tricky, even I do audio dramas, and sometimes I contact actors and this is really tricky. You have to change the whole thing, that being director, that job is really hectic. You have to come up with something, and sometimes projects are really close to your heart and you have to tear them apart. You really don't want to, but these are just small adjustments that this really happens with. But one thing I can connect with you is like all you have to do is patience. Don't panic. Don't panic is one thing I learned with this interviews of doing with, just time shifts. Now, here's a small example I'm going to give about you. We had a conversation, I guess 6 a.m. for you, 7 a.m. You already did, you already set it up. And that time I was, just having my lunch and all. And we agreed on 1 hour. And I was sitting here for 45 minutes. This kind of communication, that time. But now I'm used to it.
Right.
Just getting, this miscommunication happening, because now this is an international thing happening here. So we all connect only via Gmails or via Instagram or messengers. So this is not the first time that happened with me. It happened with me for a very long time. It happened. This is the normal. Like this became an SOP for me. So I gave up on, okay, once he show up, once the guests show up, then I'll do things, rather than coming up with, hey, this. So I just like, okay, when things happen, then I'll consider this is going to happen, rather than considering, okay, this is going to happen, then I booked it. I just gave up on that. I just came to know, like, okay, this will happen with me, because there's a very small line of communication is going on until the guest know me or meet me. This very thin line of communication is happening there, and this impromptu thing is really tricky. But you the panic in this. Don't panic.
Don't panic.
It will happen. Yeah. You have to do some impromptu. That comes up with being a director, being a writer. That impromptu thing. You have to change the storyline in the last minute.
Yeah.
Yep. Got it.
You have a choice. Don't panic. You have a choice. That's right.
Don't have a choice.
You were tired. So tired. But
Yeah.
it came out good. The scene came out good, and it's funny. It's not the scene that we wanted, but it's like, hey, we gotta get this movie done. We're gonna lose a lot of money. Probably won't get these actors back, so we gotta come up with something. You know what I'm saying, and we did. I thank God for that we did. So
good, great. I guess this is not the first time that happened with you. This was one of the examples that happened with you. Now, here's the thing. Now you, as a filmmaker, as a writer, one who won a lot of awards, and one who had a journey as a kid, as a 10-year-old, to now someone who is really professional, who has seen ups and downs which tear you apart. Then you came up, build yourself to the man that you are at this moment professionally, and you went through a lot of unnecessary hectic stuff that was which was not even like you never thought it would happen to you. You still figure out a way to make things work for you as a filmmaker, as a writer, as a director, as an actor. So you did all those things and you still are doing it. What advice you have for a young one who's just starting, who may have same story?
I would say to a young person just starting, write what you have in mind. I think a lot of kids, when they make movies, they want to do a big action, sci-fi, special effects movie. It's like, look, you have a house, all right, put that in your movie. What scene can you write in your room? You have a room, write that in your script. No, we want these big budget ideas as a kid, and you're gonna burn yourself out. Write what you know. Hey, my room. No, what scene can I write in this little room right here in this scene with me and my two friends? Do that. Shoot it. You don't need a lot of equipment. You got cell phones now. You can buy a whole phone, get up on Amazon for $100 now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get lights and stuff like that, and just shoot it. It's gonna be perfect. No, who cares? Just shoot it. Get it done. Edit the movie. You got iMovie. We got edit softwares on the iPhone now. So that.
Yeah.
Get it done, and then shoot another movie. And then also watch the classic movies. Watch, study Steven Spielberg, George Lucas. Study these guys. Study their journey. And just keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? Even my first feature film that I'm writing, I'm keeping it simple. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have a lot of money. So what can I do? You know what I'm saying? What do I have access to that I can put in the movie that I can make it work? So it's that. And then just have fun. Be creative. Have fun. You know what I'm saying? And just, and then also connect with like-minded people. I think that's the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that I'm friends with, we all want the same thing, just making movies, and we all work together. You want a core of people that's going to, push you forward, uplift you for your dream, and vice versa. And maybe 2 people, maybe 3, maybe 10, whatever. It doesn't. It's not the number. It's just if everybody's like-minded and have the same vision, and learn how to write. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, even my friends are actors. Write your own projects. Why are you waiting for someone to cast you? It's like I'm not waiting for anybody to do that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. If you don't see me, as a cop, fine. I see myself like I can play a cop. You don't see myself in an action movie? Well, I see myself. I know I can do an action movie. So I write it for myself. Learn how to write, and also learn the business of film. And that's the thing that I had to learn the whole way. Learn the business. Learn about contracts. Learn about NDAs. Learn about, the terminology, because this, especially with the SAG strike, so I'm saying with these terminologies and stuff like that, these terms change. is because people, no, a lot of people don't read the contract. They just want to be in front
Yeah.
of camera. But then you get your contract, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like, well,
Yeah.
you signed it, so you agreed to this, you know what I'm saying? And now
You
you're stuck.
agreed, yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what I did with the lawsuit. I was I wanted the money. I didn't read it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're good. I'm good. And then they're like, my lawyer's like, I think you should read this. Really look at it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I
Yeah.
had to stop, doing what I'm doing and learn the business. And I'm still learning. I'm still reading stuff like that. I still learning, asking questions. I had to get
Yeah.
myself an entertainment lawyer. Okay, you can't get yourself an entertainment lawyer, but know what that is and why you need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Educate yourself. Then just about film equipment and about movies, but about the business, because it's more about the business than it
Yeah.
is actually about filmmaking in Hollywood. So but know the business.
Know the business. Know the business. That's the best advice I got. I was just going to ask for acting career, but you gave advice for all the careers.
Oh,
So you gave the advice for all the careers. Any last piece of advice for aspiring actors from your side?
For aspiring actors, I would say, I think for the aspiring actors, I think it's just time to take control of your own career.
Mhm.
Write your own projects and learn how to direct and write. Learn to be behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? You see guys like Ben Affleck, he's directing movies and putting himself in movies. Matt Damon,
Yeah.
Different guys in Hollywood, and not waiting for the studios to greenlight projects. They're like, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to raise some money. Because nobody knows your talent better than you. So why not write the script, the movie for yourself? You know what I'm saying? In tune, I don't see for all the actors, even going to auditions, even for a project you're not really interested in, go anyway. Because I've gone to auditions for movies. I'm like, that's not my cup of tea, but I went anyway. And I met somebody that I was supposed to meet that helped me. That said, hey, man,
Okay.
yeah, right.
There's hidden connection
Yeah.
that you
So
don't
it's
see
like,
just
connect.
by, yep.
Exactly.
There's a hidden connection that can happen just by networking to the people that you don't know will be there in an audition or any place. So the network that happens just by going. So just don't say no. Okay,
Right.
that's one additional tip that I got from you.
Don't
Thank
be
you so much, Glenn. Yeah.
Don't be
Thank you so much. Yeah. So here's the thing. Where can people find your work on like streaming platforms? The previous work and the upcoming work. Where can they find your work on the
So-
platforms? Can you mention the platforms?
Gotcha. So right now, everything will be released online next year. So,
Okay.
so I'm doing the film festival right now. So I can't put anything online right now for the film festival. But next year, I'll drop everything on my Instagram, which is DIR Jr Films. And I have a movie supposed to be coming out on Peacock, but right now with the strike happening, just waiting to hear about that. But
Sure.
so pull out and everything. We'll do the film festival route next year. And then once that's done, we're gonna drop everything on my Instagram and stuff like that. But I do have a action movie that I was a producer of called Abiding. You can find that on Amazon, Apple TV, stuff like that. It's called Abiding. It's an action movie. It's about a hitman who has to protect his family. So I was one of the producers on that movie. So you can check that out. So
Great. I'll be linking whatever links you can send it to me. I can just link them down of your social media handles and your work where people can find your work. IMDb link. Everything will be mentioned down. So whatever link where people can watch your work and upcoming work and stay connected with you will be linked in the description. So make sure you guys go and check out the description so you can connect with Glenn and you can follow him. Do follow him first of all. Do follow his work and whatever work is done. Just go and check out on IMDb. Everything will be linked properly. Thank you so much, Glenn. Thank you first of all for connecting with me. We got to chat on Instagram, then we schedule a thing. I guess you got your microphone corrected and your headset. The moment we had our first meeting, you were like, "Hey, I don't know. I have no idea. I'll get a microphone, but give me some time and I'll manage something up." And you did. You got a good background at this moment, but some some construction is going on at this moment, but you still manage. That shows how focused you are. The focus that you have. I have to be here. I have to do this thing. I have to share some part of my life with this guy, and you are doing it. So you are not even getting disturbed by any constructions going out. This is really, I really appreciate that about you. And this thing happened. I thought today is not going to happen, but somehow we got reconnected back. And it's early morning for you. I know you have a lot of works and a lot of schedule. You have your job at the same time, films. You still got time for me, like I guess 1.5 hour. But I'm really happy to know about you, how you got started. Some part of me is also there in your story. I can connect myself with your story also. Some part people can also connect by listening to your story, and this is really inspirational. Keep doing it, because I get inspired by you now. I can connect with you, and something that you do also help me. Hey, Clean is doing that. So something happened with Clean and he never gave up. So that also boosts me up sometimes, when I get disappointed or disheartened. So your story is really inspirational. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. It was a pleasure.